Hey everybody, it's Sarah here. I'm super excited to be doing a quick catch up, kind of touch base with Jack English. Jack's one of my clients, one of our students, and I just really wanted to touch base with Jack to find out what he's been up to. He's just done his first full deal start to finish. So Jack, introduce yourself first of all, please.
Hi guys, my name's Jack English. As Sarah alluded to there, I'm one of her mastermind students. I did her one-day event, the first Property Made Simple one-day event that she ran in September. Yeah.
September, yeah.
And then did boot camp in January, signed up for the mastermind, started the mastermind in February. So we're now June, so 4 months down the line.
Yep.
So tomorrow is my fourth mastermind session.
Okay, cool. What were you doing before you kind of heard about us?
So I'd been doing some sort of training with a much bigger sort of franchise property educational company.
Yep.
So about 12 months or so of running around doing all sorts of different trainings and stuff like that. But they were sort of a bit bigger, different place, had to go to London or Birmingham.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think it was Facebook just popped up that the Property Made Simple one-day event that Sarah runs, and it was in Milton Keynes. So I'm in Northampton, so I literally went down. It was free. I think I paid for the VIP.
You did. You were on the front row.
The Q&A, yeah. And then, yeah, sort of literally sold me from there pretty much.
Okay, cool. So, Jack, we've been working together now for, like you say, about 4 months-ish. And you are definitely somebody that I recognise is doing what we kind of preach, which is relentless and consistent activity. So what I want to try and do is just understand, obviously these guys, tell us a little bit about the deal that you've just done, and then let's talk a bit about what's led to doing that deal.
Yeah, cool. So first deal, got over the line, contract signed, keys picked up Sunday. So 3 weeks ago. Yep. For a client who is actually in the mastermind as well. So
yeah.
Big on that one. And it's a 2-bedroom apartment and it's a rent to SA.
Okay. Do you know the numbers off the top of your head?
Yes. So just sort of ballpark figures here. It's around, so it's £700 a month rent.
Okay.
We tried to do a deposit-backed insurance scheme without paying a deposit, but the landlord wasn't. He will be later on, but for this time, it just wasn't really.
Fair enough.
Fully. So we paid, client paid 1.5 months up front. So it was like 1,100 quid deposit. Yep. Fully furnished, so no need for that. The landlord decorated everywhere. I think David just needed to buy a bed, like a pull-out bed for the second room because it wasn't quite a double.
Right.
So costs for upfront costs were minimal.
Okay.
And in terms of numbers wise, as an SA, it broke even at 45%.
Good.
And 100% occupancy is £1,100 cash flow a month.
Amazing. After all costs.
Just sort of, yeah. So just sort of adding on to that was the client, David, wanted £1,000 a month cash flow so that he could let his wife give her notice in. And we were trying to get that in 2 deals, and potentially we got that in 1 deal.
Amazing. Well done. I didn't know that. That's amazing. Well done. Congratulations.
And going on from that, he's actually viewing. I had a call with a landlord yesterday and he's going to view. She's got 2 properties down the road from that one. So we could potentially have 3 in 3 months.
Yes. This is mega exciting. Well done. Good work. So what was your biggest challenge with doing the deal itself? What was the hardest part of it?
This deal, nothing really. It was fairly straightforward, but it's sort of, when we talk about sort of numbers and KPIs and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Sort of ironed itself out. It's sort of, again, sort of the practice what you preach. It's got a lot easier, and now I'm putting, almost seems as if I'm putting less work in to get more action. So it's less work in to get more results from it.
That's because you've been practicing and practicing and practicing every day consistently for 4 months. So just run through with me, if you can remember, the number of deals you've looked at, like the number of calls you've made, appraisals wise, because I know you track your activity really well because that's what we teach you to do. How much has gone in at this end to deliver you your first full done deal?
Okay, so letters / messages out. So any sort of stuff that I put out.
Yeah.
101. So this is since obviously started in January, but then I had to set the business up. So probably February. So I'd say February, March, April, May. So 4 months.
Great.
So 101 messages and letters sent out.
Yep.
40 calls made. 43 viewings.
Yeah.
So off the back of that, in terms of deals appraised, I don't really know. I haven't really tracked that part because I could go to I've been to a viewing and done the numbers in like on a bit of paper and then gone, there's no point offering in this because it won't work.
Yep.
So in terms of 43 viewings, I'd say I've probably appraised 30, 35 deals. Made 13 offers, offer packs, that is, always put an offer pack out.
Yeah.
And then 5 offers accepted, and then 1 deal across the line on Sunday.
Okay, cool. So ultimately 13 offers out to 1 deal is a really, really important ratio for you to know. And also your 43 calls to 1 deal is also a really important ratio for you to pay attention to, because now, in theory, if you could say, right, I want to do a deal a month, if you made 43 calls every month, you should be spitting out a deal every month, because that is, and actually it should reduce, your ratio should get lower and lower and lower. Yeah, so well done. Amazing.
What I was saying before is, like the first couple of months, I probably, those 40 calls, I probably made 35 of those in like the first 2 months. Whereas like in the last month, I've probably only made 10 calls. So I now know fixing in what I'm sort of where I'm at to get it done. This month has been a bit different because I've had like 2.5 weeks
working and bits and pieces. So for me, it's always about that activity tracking and making sure you know your ratios, because then you can plan your time. And that's what it applies to everybody that's doing this. If you know that you need to make 40 calls to do a deal, if you want to do a deal every month, you have to make 40 calls every month, which is 10 a week, right? It actually just works back. So Jack, tell us how much your fee was on this deal.
So this is a little bit different to the norm. Like I said, I'm working alongside or with David, who's a mastermind, a fellow mastermind client. So for me, it's there's longevity in it. So I know that he wants to scale his business and he wants a deal a month for. So what we agreed on in terms of cash he had readily available, I knew that he couldn't afford to get a unit up and running and pay me a £3,000 fee. That just wasn't going to happen. So I said, look, let's sit. The whole sort of thing is a sort of add value to someone and add service rather than, oh, this is my price, whatever. Like you find normally if you sit and work with people, then you get better results. Yeah. So essentially on completion, I got paid a £1,500 fee, which we agreed for the first 2 or 3 deals. We'll sit with that. And then once things start building up, we'll build up to the £3,000 fee. Yeah. He did me a solid anyway. And just because he's a really nice guy, gave me £800 up front because I needed some things to sort out anyway. Yeah. So for me to achieve that, he did that. So essentially £2,300 for the fee for the first deal. Nice. Next deal will probably be around the same price. And then on from there, we'll look at setting I won't sort of fluctuate. I'll just, especially with him, I'll sit like a fixed fee. Look, for every deal, £3,000, happy days.
Amazing. So ultimately that's paid for your mastermind for the 4 months you've been in it, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. Well done. Really, really good work. So, in terms of the support you got from me, what did I help you with?
I'm joking. No, absolutely fundamental part of the whole process, really. Just having the mastermind group there as accountability keeps you going. And not only from the mentors there, like from the other guys there, that it's always good because everyone's on a different playing field. Everyone's at different levels. People pull people through, push people through, help other people along. It's just a really great group. It's like I said, my last 12 months was with a much larger sort of franchise corporation, and you were just a number. There was no close sort of nothing to go up, nothing to come back at. Like, you just got an email from the HR woman and that was it.
Yeah.
So with the Cogito Wealth, it's a family. It's literally, they look after you. You guys are on the end of the phone should we need anything help-wise. The Facebook group's awesome because even if you can't answer the question, 9 times out of 10, someone else will pop up and answer it within literally like an hour. It's amazing. So yeah, like just specifically for that deal, for anyone sort of looking at having that hand-holding thing, Sarah was amazing. It was literally, I would be on the phone, speak to the guys that had any sort of issue, the landlord, and I just said, just speak to my head of contracts, spoke to Sarah, and then literally you made the phone call, which then in turn sort of, just to put it into perspective, I'm in Northampton, David's in Worcester, the landlord is obviously in Solihull, Sarah's in Milton Keynes, but having that just over the phone, and another one, I never left my house. So I would make the calls, do the sort of stuff, and then I would then pass David to view it. So he would go and view it himself, so he knew exactly what he was getting. And then anything that the landlord came back with to me, I would then pass on to Sarah contractually in terms of the insurance-backed deposit and the contract side, because I didn't want to fumble through it. And then not only does that sort of help everyone else, but it also makes David's business look a lot more credible because it's, speak to David or speak to Jack or speak to Sarah. We look like a massive organisation when we are
smaller.
It just makes it a lot better and a lot more credible and just puts them at ease. Like, I didn't want to fumble through. I probably could have fumbled through and talked something about the insurance-backed deposit and the contract, but Sarah does it day in, day out. So it's just easy. Literally, I think at Mastermind, it was not even a 10-minute conversation about the insurance.
I think you came to I was running boot camp, wasn't I? And you came, gave me his number, and I made the call in the room with the boot campers all there, sorted it out, and then put him back on the phone to you. So it was, for me, it is quick, and it's only because I've done it so many times now. I can have that conversation. I can get to the point. I can say, this is it. I can be head of contracts if that's what you need me to be. And yeah, I'm so excited that you guys have both, because ultimately it's meant that you've both done your first deal, because David also, as part of the mastermind, has now collaborated with someone else, and you've both, 2 of you in that room, have now both done your first deal inside of 4 months of joining the mastermind, which is amazing. So Jack, what's next for you in terms of it's the deals you're going to do with David? So you're going to do another couple with him, or are you going to try and deliver him 12 in 12 months?
Yeah, definitely. Like you will know personally, David's the nicest guy in the world.
He is, yes.
Not only that, having someone that knows my process and the way I work and the way I do things transparently and openly, knows the numbers to do, like, it was easy for me. He'd done all the market research. So he came to me. I didn't even have to go and find anything really. He came to me and said, look, I want a 2-bedroom apartment in this postcode for £700 a month.
Right.
All I did was pick the phone up. That was it.
That is a well-trained client and a well-trained sourcer all in one. I love this. I clearly am doing something right, which is good.
So it's, in terms of that, it's like ideal. Yeah. For me, I don't need to teach anybody anything. I don't need to explain anything. He knows exactly what I'm working from. I know exactly what he needs. And
and this comes down to asking good questions. When you bring on a new client as an investor, asking them, what do you actually want? And not letting them say, well, I'll have anything, because that's not true. Because if I find you a plot of land worth 20 million, are you going to buy it? Well, no, I'm not, because I can't afford it. So what do you actually want? It really comes back to asking good questions, discovering how you can help them so that you can actually position a product that they want to buy from you. So Jack, thank you so much for giving up your time this lunchtime. I really just wanted to have a little touch base with you. And if people want to get in touch with you, if people want to buy deals from you, from J Sourcing, how do they get in touch with you?
So just find me on Facebook, Jack English at Facebook, or on Facebook, or my Facebook page is J Sourcing Group. I've got my investor link on there. Click on that, join the investor list. I'll give you a call, find out what we're looking for. I'm sort of touching base on what Sarah just said there is I did things the other way around a little bit. And to start with was sort of running around, just trying to find anything and sell anything. And it didn't work for me. For me, 4 months was too long. It's not, but it took me too long to get a deal because I was running around at different shiny pennies. Whereas now I'll fix what I wanted to know, what I wanted to do, honed in on it. And like I said, in the last month, I've been able to, my time's been a little bit tied up this month, but in less time, I've achieved more results and got something over the line. Essentially, from setting up with David, 4 weeks, from having the meeting with David to finding out what he wanted, to getting him a deal completed and over the line and keys in his hand, 5 weeks max, 4.5 weeks.
So let me ask you, in terms of numbers of hours of your actual physical time, how many hours of your life have you committed to earning that £2,300?
Not even a day.
So not even 8 hours?
No.
8 hours. So I'm just going to work out what your hourly rate is on that for you, because you might not have done that yet.
No, I haven't done that.
So it's £287.50 an hour.
We'll bump that up, but yeah, it's
well
good.
Done. That's not bad for the first one, right? And you've got forecasted pipeline business, so well done. I'm going to leave you to it. I know you're super busy. I thank you very much for your time. I will catch you later. I'll see you tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, looking forward
All
to
right. See you later.
it.
Bye.
Bye-bye.